Ree, ree, ree. Ree, 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 ree. Yeah, that's how I've been doing. I'm trying to add a promotion to my Uber Eats so that I can get a promotion. Oh, here you go. Add the code deal summer. Fuck you. Add promo code. Nice. Oh, fuck. Where's my fucking shit? Yeah, my fucking industry is. Wait, so what's this? Expiry date 07/27. Fuck, what's my new thing? Fuck.
Globe. And the people who
aren't being dicks. And just as food for thought.
Yeah. Like, I've got a 16-year-old waitress who complains about being overworked, while the 64-year-old waiter we have that's on the same shift as her is just ploughing through the same amount of work, and it's like, look, if he can do it.
This is literally so we don't hire anyone under the age of 18 because of like the fact we operate like a bunch of machinery and we sell a lot of alcohol and stuff.
Yeah.
You can't work for us unless you're over 18. So like I thought, oh cool, then we'll have like more mature people. Nah. My favourite one was a dude who got sacked because we put him on self-checkout and he was giving out his staff discount to everyone on self-checkout.
Oh, Lizzie's just
That's
texted on WhatsApp that she went to the wrong chat. Oh, she's here. Haha.
Yeah, I'm here now. I was like, yeah, just sitting in Smash, just chilling on my own.
Something's not quite right.
Turn on
Yeah.
the
Did
PCPs.
he put it in the chat to be sure this time?
Yeah, I know.
Debbie, you're in the kitchen.
Guys, where are you?
Well, hey, we're still waiting for Toby and Chris, so it's like we're still waiting for something. You know, Chris
Cool.
is going to be 10 minutes late. Toby's not even responded yet. Like we'll see.
I've got a KFC arriving at 8:05, just as we've got started.
Almost definitely, yes.
Fucking hell.
What? To be fair, I was here at 7:20, just no one else was.
I sort of was, but
We were all close. We were all close.
I was
We
on.
expected Chris 10
Yeah.
minutes late.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man.
We know we did it perfectly and with no problems.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just like last session, I'm sure everything will go perfectly with no problems.
I'm not sure I was
Yeah.
here for last session. I feel like it's been ages since I played this
Yeah.
campaign, so there's probably a huge gap in my knowledge of what shit we've been up to in the meantime.
It's fine.
Were you?
That for everyone that was playing as well, because we don't remember.
We're the
What
good
was the
guys.
last thing you do remember, Lizzie? What was the last thing that happened when you were there?
Oh God knows, I can't even. Can't remember. At
Fair
some
enough,
point, we were in a place with a guy who had an egg or something, and no, Toby's character kept disappearing into his own little pod thing. That might have been last session, or maybe the one before that. Can't remember.
Hmm.
That's
I know that you
basically
weren't
what I
here,
remember.
but I'm not sure if you've missed more than one. Because if you've missed more than one, there's quite a lot to describe. But if you've just missed last session, there's not too much.
Was
Okay.
you in the one where I showed up for the first time and we were in a pub?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think it was.
Yeah, I remember us being at a pub.
And like there was a body, like Faye had killed the landlord or something because he did own slaves or something. I don't know, it's fucking weird. The big focus was, oh, you have a tattoo, then we have the tattoo, and we all have the tattoo.
Oh, yeah, I do remember something about a tattoo. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds familiar. Okay.
Yeah. So
It's
yeah,
all
that
coming back to
folded.
me. It's all coming back.
It's been 84 years.
I'm taking advantage of none of them being here yet to go hang my washing outside. Is that a fucking rat? We will chase it.
Hang it on the line with the washing. Peg it up.
But yeah, over the last couple of sessions, the party has gone to Luton Plunder's mansion, the guy who was in charge of the whole city, and freed his slaves, who then brutally murdered him in front of you guys. After that, you went to the temple to watch the avatar get made. Turned out the avatar that had been chosen this year was Marceline. People weren't very happy about that, but yeah, rescued her mid-process of the whole thing happening, whilst also being pursued by some priests, some fake priests of Ilmenta, and the dragon coming through the sky to land near you and try and get the mirror that they were using. But Osmond cut off Harville's hand after he landed and turned back into a human, and you fled into the doorknob, and that's where we are now. A lot's happened in the last couple of weeks. I am obviously paraphrasing.
Well, at least there wasn't any graphic public murder.
Not for a few days, at least. Not for a little bit.
What? No, I was actually referring to the priest that.
Oh, you actually did kill one of the priests, didn't you? I
I
thought you
think I
failed.
killed two, actually.
Yeah, you yeah.
I stabbed one and lit the other on fire.
All right, fair enough. There has been some graphic murder very recently. It's happening quite a lot in this campaign.
Standard.
Yeah, it's just, it do be that way.
It do be that way sometimes.
Wow.
Sometimes people get killed.
Sometimes.
whilst there's a crowd of people watching.
Oh, but yeah, Lizzie, you basically get the choice of whether your character was outside the town with the gnome Sandy, preparing the transport for you guys to leave in the morning, or if you were actually instead inside Raphael's magical ring that is an extra dimensional space, waiting to come back into the campaign immediately when you can play again. It's up to you.
I technically can't put people in there at the minute.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I'll be outside with the gnome lady.
Cool, cool. I very much hope that they get there.
That
So
would
you
be-
would have spoken to Aiden's character before.
I would
Say
have
that again,
done or
Brendan?
wouldn't.
You will have because I think she hired him. Is that right?
Sandy hired Ravanna, yes, yes. But not Cindy. Cindy might have gone off to the group and been there this time so that we can get there after the session. But obviously, when she's not been there for a bit, I'm just giving her a little bit of ambiguity to where she was in case she wants to pop back in quicker.
Wow, my KFC's
I'm
being picked up by a
since you're
check.
waiting on Christopher, I'm going to run another fag quick.
Cool, cool.
He's having a
Because I meant
fag.
to 10 minutes ago. And then I went, oh fuck, I've not saved my things that I just started. And then, like, yeah.
Cool.
Oh yes, I'll play this game for 2 minutes. Hour later, oh fuck.
I can't believe you've done this.
Oh, you need some food, don't you?
Is that who I think it is? Is that the boy?
Huh?
Right, I'm going to be back then. Speak in a minute, bye.
Bye, Toad.
Oh, me.
Oh, we've actually lost Toby. He's jumped off Discord.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gone to the fag realm to have his fag.
The fag realm has a horrible ring to it.
It's a different, sets a different precedent, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
He's not just planeswalked to the fag realm to have his fag. Like, it's an
The
entire
more you
realm.
say it, the worse it gets.
It's not
Like-
just going out for a fag, it's an entire plane of existence.
It still sort of shocks me that when I was sort of 14, 15, I'd unironically asked people if I could bum a fag and not even realise that was a weird thing to say.
Ah,
If you could
bum a
what?
fag, I see.
Oh, bummer. Oh, right. Oh, right.
To be fair, that is
Yeah.
actually
As in, may I please have a cigarette without paying you for it?
Yes.
Can I bum a
Yeah.
fag?
It's an unfortunate choice of words, but also quite funny.
Yeah, yeah. Just as like when I was 14, 15, I would just, that was normal to me. Oh. I wonder where Chris is.
I don't.
Is he driving back?
Yeah, he's on the road.
Fair, fair.
He's somewhere on the
Sure.
road. He's a roadman officially.
Well, if Toby beats him back, I guess we will start without him because we don't know where he is.
Oh wow, what the fuck?
But yeah, everyone apart from Lizzie, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah.
you will be
That's-
sent to the nth dimension.
It was kind of fucky. We were caught between a rock and a hard place, and then someone opened a door hole on the floor, and we all slid through it with water.
Yes, yes. That's how it ended. That's where we are now.
The thing that wasn't Zod the Immortal came, and it turned out to be a guy that everyone else knew already. And he was like, "Ha
Yeah,
ha ha! You're 1 million years too early to destroy me," and so we fled.
I wish that had been his line.
That's how it happens in my headcanon.
Fucking, it's always odd when you just expect him.
He laughs
But
like
then
an
Osmond-
80s
Osmond
anime
cut
villain.
his own, you know, just before you was all fled, which, you know, so he's pissed.
But he's also Zod.
He's not quite Zod, is he?
No,
Yeah,
no.
that's valid. He's like a half Zod.
He's more like Ganondorf, I think.
Yes.
Gan-
Up to the
Gan-
pig.
Ganondorf is my favourite gender.
I bet you could make an excellent D&D campaign in Hyrule.
If you asked
Yeah.
Ganondorf if you could bum a fag, he'd probably just throat punch you.
You wouldn't even have to ask him anything. He just likes doing that.
Hey, Ganondorf, punch!
Ow. Why are you like this?
It's probably just what happened to him when he was growing up as a 14-year-old. He went to a bigger, stronger man and was just like, hey, can I bum a fag? And he got throat punched, and that's how he ended up the way he is.
Yeah, yeah. That's how you make
Ganondorf.
Ganondorf. You want Ganondorf? Because that's how you get Ganondorf.
Or one out for Ganon, I guess.
Aidan, why do you sound like you're on dial-up, mate?
Because my internet's having issues, sorry.
Because he is on dial-up.
Just stop downloading porn while you're on Discord, man.
I'm not. I'm trying to do things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to do things. Don't worry about it. More importantly, I'm trying to remember, try to get myself onto D&D Roll20.
That is important,
Not
yeah.
going well.
It's Toby back from the Shadow Realm.
No, Toby's gone. For a
Oh.
5 ever.
But
You're Raphael, aren't you? Is Reveland Aidan?
Yeah.
Whoa, that sounds like Chris.
Ba, 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 beat it, beat it.
Huh, I was right.
Chris is here.
Oh shit. That boy.
Oh,
It's a shame
piss.
that,
Fun, there's
shame
always-
that, like, Faye's in the garden right now. Just come in the house and, like...
If you help her hang up laundry, maybe she can get back in quicker.
No, she's done with the laundry. She's now just talking to the neighbour.
Oh, Nate ratted her out.
Stupid. Why would you talk to a neighbour?
you can tell she's
Gross.
an old.
I don't know. Have you met our neighbours?
No. I'm sure they're lovely people.
They are. I've met them. They're fucking the best neighbours. Like, you know that TV show
Nice.
Neighbours? It's like that, but if it was actually good.
Like when neighbours become good friends.
Well, I was going to say, well, you know, it's also like the TV show Neighbours, but if they were on steroids.
Terrifying.
Just absolutely swole neighbours.
Yeah. It's my neighbours. My neighbours are like all kinds of jack.
Yeah, it's accurate.
It's absolutely terrifying.
Neighbours is ending.
Yes.
Sounds about right.
We never really needed it, did we? It was just kind of something that was there.
It was just something to, you know, prelude Emmerdale. You had Home and Away, followed by Neighbours, followed by Emmerdale, followed by Coronation Street, followed by EastEnders.
Followed by Brookside.
That was like the weekday lineup, at least for my mum.
Sounds fucking exhausting.
What do you think that did to her psychology? Like, imagine if she just watched science shows like for 8 hours in a row instead. Like, she'd be fucking mega smart, right?
Possible.
Maybe it gave her different powers, like non-science powers.
Well,
Man,
it does occur to me that everyone is now him.
yeah, other than Faye who's in the garden.
Oh yeah, apart from Faye.
which is weird because like I've been here the whole time.
My
Let me
chicken's
throw-
here in approximately
me
9 minutes, so
Let me
Yeah.
throw a boot at the window and see what happens.
isn't it just going to startle the birds?
You've always been here. You never left.
Spoopy.
Creepy.
My first party, so it was pretty shit, but my second party was pretty alright. They were like all kinds of astonished at the fact that I was like dealing with their kids. Because they were just all like, yeah, all these kids are autistic. I'm like, okay, cool. So like, can you tell? I'm like, no, they just seem like kids to me. Like, they're like, oh, I'm dealing with them really well. Like, oh, wow, you know, this like. And then one of the dads was like, I always have to be within eye line of them without them like going batshit crazy. And it's like the first time like I've not had to be within eye line of them for like over an hour. Like,
Oh
can
my
you
God.
can you do their party? I'm like, yeah, fucking sure, whatever. Just fucking book it.
Nice, fucking nice, dude.
So I was like, if they want like me in particular, because they kept on after the party being all like, "Oh, I'm booking you for my party," because they did go to me. They were like, "So why are you here?" I went, "It's my job." And they're like, "So do they rent you?" I was like, "Yeah, you could put it like that." And they're like, "Okay." And as I'm leaving, they're like,
Do they
"We're gonna
rent
rent you
you?
for my party." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Sorry, basically there was a bunch of really big fat rats outside.
Big dead rats.
No, big, like, fat, fucking chunky rats.
Oh,
So I ran out, and Denny's already there with a fucking broom.
right.
And she's basically said that she's gonna have to start putting traps and poison down, which will try and make sure that if she tucks one into our yard, that she's gonna check it to make sure I don't have to see anything that dies.
Okay.
And then she was talking about how we could burn all that wood,
Nice.
and that if you burn it on a Wednesday when it's a black bin day on the Monday, wait until it cools down, put it in a black sack, put it in the bin. Much easier and much cheaper than repeatedly going to the dump.
Dude, you probably want to save your wood to burn in the fucking energy blackouts they're planning this winter. Not even joking.
Yeah.
Guy at work was
Yeah.
saying they're going to do energy blackouts 4 days of the week during the day.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't really get how's that going to work for businesses and stuff as well.
Fuck knows.
Like,
That's the neat thing. It won't.
yeah, I'm going to lose like so much stock.
It's just going to like go bad, right?
Oh, I'm so glad I voted for Tory leadership. They're doing so well.
Imagine working.
We're going to end up just burning the Tories for fuel at this point. Like, fuck eating the rich. We're just going to need them to keep warm. Set them on fucking fire.
You never know. We might just be in a continuous heat wave. Maybe we fucked the planet.
Oh, that would be
hard
sick,
enough.
dude. You know what? We didn't have any snow last winter as it goes, so we might be alright.
No, they've what have they said recently that because we don't have the predicted rainfall to actually get the water we need back as well, that's going to cause a problem later in the year.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're going to run out of power, we're going to run out of water.
Doesn't seem likely, though, for this country. Like,
They've said it's going to be too warm and it's not going to rain as much, which is what everyone finds weird for us being the rain country.
we are literally the
Yeah,
rain
yeah.
country. Although I did see a thing the other day saying we
Complaining about
can't
a lack
drink
of
the
rain.
rainwater because it's got too many non-biodegradable particles all over the
You're
world.
rain country, but you have no rain.
Microplastics. We're made of microplastics.
Microplastics.
Hey.
They're not going to need to put a fucking chip in our hands, are they? We'll just fucking generate one out of our own DNA at some point.
Anyway.
Everyone is here.
Alright, I'm answering the door for my chicken. Right back.
I can't click on my token.
For the token.
I have no control.
Try now.
Yep. Ah, bollocks. What was all my numbers?
I'm checking everyone else's to make sure that they have got the same thing. Yeah, looks like everyone should be able to control their tokens.
I've got no numbers on my
Not
token.
control.
That's because I copied you all over into this room fresh. I shouldn't have done that, should I? 1 second, let me check.
What? Fresh copies. My favourite.
Yeah, you should have 36 hit points and 5 of whatever you have in the green thing.
The middle one.
Yeah,
Do I have a 0 on the end one?
you have nothing written. Yeah, 0 in the end.
You got nothing.
Faye has 19,
left.
2, and nothing. Ravalin has 30, nothing, and nothing.
I'm going to assume with all this extra time you've had, you've filled Hoggle in exactly what the fuck happened last time.
We've tried to work out where she was last time she actually played and filled in what happened last session. She's outside the town with Sandy working out well, the transport.
Oh, hence I'm not on this map.
Yes, that's why you're not on there.
Yo.
Cool.
Oh yeah, Faye asked if we leveled.
Not yet.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's what we're supposed to be anyway.
Huh?
Well, that's what we're supposed to be
I'm
anyway.
just gonna wait. I'm not going to carry on being messenger.
Okay.
It's supposed to be level 6,
Yeah.
which we
Don't
got to
mind
at the
that.
beginning of last session. So,
Yes.
oh,
Thank you.
Lizzie, you might need to level up.
You work tomorrow.
Yeah.
What time?
I've got to leave the house at about 7:30.
Wait, what level are you guys now?
6.
6.
Oh,
Level 7?
You can.
Not level 7, no.
Kirby, how you doing?
Is everyone back yet, or is Tim getting food at the moment? I'll take that as a Tim's
Oh.
getting food.
Okay.
My food is hot. That sucks.
Delicious,
Doesn't
delicious
look like the
food.
running skills are working. That's not a good sign.
Ow! Bitch. Kirby kept hanging up on my mum today.
What?
Yeah, the bird knows how to hang up the phone on people.
Oh.
Oh,
Because they've figured out if they use the weird tongue beak combination, they can work the touch screen on a phone.
Of course, they figured that out. Why wouldn't they?
They know how to scroll on TikTok as well. They're fucking Zoomer. Who we're missing at the minute?
Tim waiting to come back with his food
Thought he was answering the door.
to get his food.
Ah, full circle. What are you eating, Chris? The ones in the fridge?
Yeah.
Okay. The Richmond ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
alright.
How far away is Tim's door?
6 weeks.
He lives in this mansion complex we've got here.
Holy shit, that delivery chick was hot as hell.
That's why he took so long.
We all expected it to.
Hope the food's hot.
You'd assume just by proxy, right?
Just
But yeah.
being in her presence.
But now everyone's here.
Chris isn't here.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
He's here.
I'm chucking food myself because I'm fucking Marvin. So yeah, it's okay.
In this episode,
Just say what you got to say. I can hear it. I can hear.
You're on loud. It's on
Okay,
loud.
okay.
So it's fine.
Well, right now, guys, everyone who's in this room, you have just successfully fled from a situation that you may have made worse than it had to be. Nyx flew through the sky, coming in to try and claim the mirror, and Osmond decided to prevent that and sliced Nyx's human form's arm off. After doing this, you went immediately through the doorknob down on the grounds in the middle of the temple that is full of water. Opened the door and fell into this extra dimensional space that you'd used before. You know, last time you were here, beings inside were hostile. You know that there's water flowing from a seemingly inexhaustible source through that doorway behind you. You can close it, but on the other side of that door will still be an angry dragon man and the people of the town who probably aren't as clued in on you as to why you attacked the priests. What would you like to do?
Hold the door.
You can bolt the door. You can make this place hard to enter, but do you have a plan? Or was it just a run away at the last moment thing? I'd just like to see what happens next.
It was to have a nap.
Thinking fast. We have no idea whether or not the door, for our knowledge, the door always opens at the same place, right?
To your knowledge, the door always opens at the place that the doorknob was put before, but you've never been on the inside while someone else has taken the doorknob away. You don't know what happens then, but you know what happens if you put the doorknob in a place, open the door, and then later on open that door again.
Oh, he took it away.
No, he hasn't taken it away, but he's right on the other side of the door.
You fucking
15
might.
seconds have passed.
Yes.
Okay.
You stole it from him in the first place. I'm just saying he knows how it works.
Well,
Probably
we've
more
got-
than you do.
Yeah.
We're not in initiative order. There's no sort of like time pressure to work out a plan in 2 minutes. But I'm just like, let's work out what we're doing before we start.
If he
rolling back.
throws it into lava, will we be destroyed or do we still survive, but we can't get back out or something?
You have no way of knowing the answer to that question.
Cool.
that is a cool.
Any
It'll take a
sort
smart
of,
man.
check I could do to see if I've ever heard of any of this.
Of a detector who's heard any of what, just specifically to.
Just about magic doorknobs. I mean, I have the sage background. I'm a discredited academic.
Yeah. Roll an Arcana check, I
What
guess.
it says? It says, when you attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if you do not know that information, you often know where and from who you can obtain it. Usually this information comes from a library, scriptorium, university, or a sage or other person, and the DM might roll how. Basically, you choose how I would, have been like, oh, I've heard this before at this place.
So, did you have to pass the check? Is that it?
Basically, well, yeah, it could be a check, and then you decide how much of that
Yeah,
information.
roll me an Arcana check. If you pass, you'll get more information than the average person with an Arcana check.
Okay. 23.
Fucking hell, that's pretty good. You can recognize pretty clearly that the extra dimensional space that you are in is very similar to the spell Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion. Different because it's being held inside a doorknob to be moved about, but it's very similar to that. You'll probably find more information about it at any library dedicated to famous wizards.
I relay this to the party. Exactly as it was just explained.
Word for word.
Exactly.
So can he get in?
So what was that, Toby?
It's just asking in character.
Theoretically, I don't know if he made this space or someone else did, but if it was his space, theoretically he could come in, but he hasn't come in yet.
Okay, I guess wait or run
Run where?
somewhere deeper inside.
No, we should wait right by where we come in, and then when he comes in, we'll go out and just sneak away.
We're saying is hide.
Kinda, yeah, because once we're in here, he's in here, and then we need to not be here.
You're
I don't
talking
know.
about like in these little side rooms next to the door.
I wasn't thinking that far ahead. I was just thinking, once he's here, we need to get out, and he's going to try and block us from getting out. But if he doesn't block us from getting out, we can get out.
Or we negotiate.
That is an option.
At the end of the day, we currently have 2 of the things he's looking for. Not only that, but he originally told us to go get these things. So the question that arises is, why did he feel the need to come over and intervene? Also, he was the same guy who kind of said that we were fated to do all these things in the past, and I did challenge that. He seemed to have this idea that he knew exactly what we were going to do, and by the looks of things, he wasn't expecting that. Not only that, but I would also like to know as to why we've gained 2 extra clowns on this ride. And I'm pretty sure he might have the answer. So I'm actually in half a mind to negotiate with him.
Hey Osmond, what's a circus without its clowns?
Yeah.
What's
So,
a
do we have-
circus without its ringmaster, obviously?
Do we have any volunteers
I'll
or?
talk to him. I swear I'll be nice. I promise this time. I was the one who robbed him first, so clearly it would be a gesture of goodwill if I tried. You know? Plus, I have most of the things I stole from him.
No, we don't want you going out there with the things.
No,
We
no,
wanna
no,
keep
no,
the things
okay.
here.
Right.
I for one am all on board with this.
So what she does is she reaches into like her satchel and all her pockets, and she's gonna hand everything to Osmond that's his.
Like the map, the mirror. Well, the doorknob is one of the big ones, and it's currently on the other side of the door.
Obviously, the doorknob was a big one. We now have 2 mirrors. We've got a map. Osmond will have all of that because I picked up the other mirror as well because that's just who I am as a person.
Oh, this will be a treat to watch, I'm sure.
And what she's gonna do is open the door a crack just to see if he's still just standing there.
Really quickly, just as you go to reach towards the door handle, you hear a loud rumble from the other side. Roll me a perception check.
Oh, I'm not good at these as this character. Fuck. That's not bad. I'll take it.
It's not bad. It sounds almost like an explosion through water on the other side of the door.
As I said.
The door vibrates violently in your hands, but then it stops, and it's exactly as it was before. You can still open the door if you wish to, but I'm saying before you open the door a crack, you feel that vibration and hear that explosion.
You know what? Maybe I am the best person for this. After open the door a crack, she literally just says, "Are you still out there?"
Due to the physics of the situation happening around you, quite a lot of water pours directly into your face and onto Osmond and Raphael as well as they're in the box. But after the water subsides, you look out to see what appears to be a stone statue of Arnold clasping his broken arm. In front of him, there is very little except for scorched earth and damaged buildings. You see a lot of hurt people, very badly injured on the other side. But beyond that, the guards seem to be running away in the other direction.
So what, we can see him there. I can see him there, yeah?
You can see him there. He appears to be the effect that happened when Osmond cut off his hand before appears to have continued. You continue to classify this being in front of you appears to be a statue.
She then just says quite quietly, "I don't suppose you'd be up for some negotiation?"
A small part of his nose falls off and splashes in the water.
You're not feeling talkative, my friend?
Silence, apart from the sound of clattering goings in the distance, running up the hill towards the mansion.
So, just asking in theory, so if I then go outside the door to check the state of this statue, but then close the door, the doorknob's on the other side, so I should still be able to get out, right? As in go back in, sorry.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a step out onto the other side, but then I'm going to
Yeah.
close the door behind me so that all these guys are still safe inside.
Cool, cool. Do you leave the doorknob down there, or do you remove it from the door so you can pick it back up again?
I'm going to leave the doorknob on the ground for now.
Okay.
Um,
How do you approach this situation? The temple is burning. The explosion you heard on the other side seems to have emanated from the spot where this statue is, and the nearest building, the temple, is ablaze.
I would approach him, this statue, how you would approach a wounded animal you find in the woods.
Okay.
I'm just like
It-
sort of kind of low and being like, "Oh, buddy, are you okay? Do you need something?"
It doesn't respond in any way that you can really see, obviously. You can roll a check for if you want to see anything specific that could be happening, but it looks like a statue to you.
Arcana check to see if it's like just a disguise.
Roll an Arcana check. Your rolls are on fire today.
I fucking take it.
Okay, so yeah, there's clearly magic emanating from this statue, but it doesn't have any visual impact lights left in it. It looks to be a statue. It's clearly magical, but you can't get much else out of it from what you're doing.
I touch it.
It's stone. It's hot to the touch, not burning hot, but warm to the touch. Too warm to have just been a statue a minute ago. It's not daytime. Obviously, you heard that explosion.
Can I use message, just to see if he's anywhere within 120 feet?
Yes. What do you say?
I've just come out to talk. Where are you hiding?
I'm not sure how this would work. Let me think for just a second. Yeah, you don't hear anything. You don't hear anything back.
Oh, okay.
You sort of feel that you've used message before, and you've felt the presence of a mind near you that you can communicate with, and you feel like a shadow of a mind in this statue in front of you, but it seems to be fading away the longer you stand there.
Next try. I scream really fucking loud and ask where he's gone. I've forgotten. Is it Harvold his name or whatever he's called, or Nix? What we call him these days?
Nix is what the guy you saw in your vision called him. Harvold is what he called himself to you.
I'm going to yell both names and then just be like, "Why have you run away? Come back!"
I'm sorry, Faye. I'm sorry, but you don't hear anything. This statue in front of you does not respond to the screaming, and all that's near you is death. People consumed by the fire of this explosion. You were behind a door, so you couldn't see. But that's the situation that you're in. The guards are all fleeing this location. They saw no signs of life nearby, the ones that were on the outskirts of the explosion, so they have fled back to go and find loot and plunder, get more instructions. They'll surely soon find out that he's gone, but you seem to have dealt with this guy. He landed in front of you, and this avatar seems to have been destroyed.
I open the door, look in, and go, "He's dead, Jim." Maybe.
Nice. As you open the door, you do douse Osmond in a torrent of water yet again, but then that passes. I will say for you guys that Marceline is unconscious on the floor in the middle of the mansion, but you missed the explosion, so the instant death is gone.
He doesn't appear to be out here, and the statue of him doesn't appear to have any sort of consciousness.
Excellent. I'm gonna
I've
jump
tried
back
screaming
into
and
that
everything,
world.
and he hasn't come back, so we should be good.
I mean, if you tried screaming, what else can you do?
Tried to talk in his mind, didn't work either.
Yeah.
Can I have all that stuff there?
Yeah,
You
sure.
want me to keep a hold of that? I'll put in my.
You are the last person I want holding anything of any kind of importance.
I'm just saying, I've got a magic ring that can hide
I'm
it from
also
anyone but
just
me.
saying.
All right.
Are we leaving the unconscious lady in here, or are we bringing her out? Or are we keeping her for later?
Bring her with us, and then we can hopefully find her medical attention.
All right, Fulgens lifts up the body and brings it with us.
Let's go, I guess.
She is. She's still alive.
Just about, I think.
Does she
I'd
still
like
have
to
a body?
pretend and say I checked, but I don't think I did. So
All right,
we'll just let
Fulgens
fate decide.
brings the body and the spirit and the other parts of her that are all joined together.
Just a quick thing before you guys step out here. Yeah. It looks awful.
What, you or the outside?
The outside, but you'll see when you get out here. Come on, come on.
How exciting.
Okay, yes. You are still in the centre of the temple grounds you were in before, but the temple and the surrounding buildings are all ablaze from the rumbling sound you heard before. The lower garden
Use the
are
old
just
use
are
the
ablaze.
circle tool.
Say that again.
Use the circle tool. Show us how you use
Oh yeah.
blaze.
That.
Show us how big the fucking crater is.
Just blazed.
About this large. It has caught the lower gardens, which have started to catch fire. Temple steps are ablaze, and fire is moving towards the bazaar. You guys are obviously standing in the pool of water, which means that the fire is not directly consuming you, but you can see that the town has been very badly damaged by this explosion.
Yeah. And then there's this creepy statue.
Yeah, sorry. Did you say where is it?
Hmm?
Did you say where is it?
No, I pointed and said, and then there's this creepy statue.
Oh yeah, and then there's the creepy statue.
Yeah, we'll walk over to it and just like gently push it over.
It snaps into 3 pieces as it lands on the ground.
Pardon?
It snaps into 3 pieces as it lands on the ground. It breaks at the hips and at the head.
Oof.
Is there any way I can break off just a small piece of it to keep just in case?
Yeah. The arm that Osmond sliced off is was sliced off at the elbow, and that's like loose on the floor next to it.
Hey, Raphael, can you put this in your bag? Or ring, or however that works?
No,
Did you say no?
that's disgusting.
You don't know when these things are going to be useful, please.
In your bed.
Yes, I'm going to carry around an arm.
Put it on a bit of rope around your neck.
I am not a strong person. I will not do that.
What do you mean? It could be the new fashion.
Yeah, forget rabbit's feet.
Well, whilst you're arguing over what to do with this statue's arm, the building behind you is engulfed pretty thoroughly in flames, and you realise that pretty soon, if you don't start moving, the only path through it might be time to start moving.
I guess we move.
Oh, and just a reminder for you, for Arwen, last session you were quite annoyed at Sandy and Cindy for leaving Marceline alone to be recaptured by the slaves as well. I think to go to the transport.
Yep, she got kidnapped.
Yeah. And she's currently in the doorknob.
Joshua, go real robot-y for me.
I will jump in and out of the chat.
Yeah, you're like
Yeah.
achieving the robot method.
Is that any better?
I don't know, say an elongated sentence.
Well, hey guys, I hope we find a way out of this town without getting killed.
You're a bit
Yeah, okay.
echoey.
Yeah, that's
Okay, that was pretty spicy.
I thought the
Is that
echo was
better?
just Chris's mic.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
fuck off, Curb. This is my burrito.
But
Yeah, I
yeah,
just have like a solid chest out of.
Right, let's run, and then I'll sort the hand out after.
Okay.
I think the strange blue fellow has it about right.
okay, so you guys flee to the outskirts of town. I would like us to do a skill challenge right now because you are fleeing through a burning city filled with guards who are looking for the people that killed Luton Plunder shortly after his murder.
I don't know, it was us.
No, I don't know it was you, but there's a group of strange people running away from an explosion near the temple shortly after a murder. You know, they're going to put two and two together.
That's because cool guys don't look at explosions.
Say that again?
That's because cool guys don't look at explosions.
It's also
I
racial
know, but cool
profiling.
guys also commit crimes. I've seen those.
Hey, bitch.
But yeah, so let's get the initiative counter up. And roll me some numbers, guys.
What numbers?
Initiative, please. We are going to do a skill challenge. I'm you getting out of the town.
Aiden came.
Still.
So we have to click on your icons before you. Oh yeah.
There it is.
Or was that everyone from last time, or was that everyone's now ones?
That's not my one
It was-
now one.
Yeah, I haven't rolled anything.
Okay. So
I rolled nothing.
Oh, it just updated.
Nothing right.
Decent.
I'm sorry. I didn't know who. I didn't know what was right and what wasn't. So we had to start again. You can change your
There we
numbers.
Oh, that worked.
Toby has more decks, so he will go before me.
Wow, you hit the 17 twice as well. That's like fate.
Wait,
Roll
I
this initiative
can
and
roll
press
initiative with advantage. Let me just do that. Oh wait, that's not how you do
That's
that.
better.
But anyway,
So we
yeah,
need-
I'll
we
go
need
with the
to-
better one.
I
Yeah.
need to roll again.
Huh?
I need you to roll again, Chris. It didn't come up.
Mine was a 16.
I know, but I need you to roll again so I can add you and then change the number.
Ugh.
Hey.
Okay. And we will get to Cindy being in the skill challenge when we get closer to the edge of town. So, first of all, it is Rabadan. You guys are all right here next to the statue. The buildings are burning around you. The gaps on getting out are closing. The guards are not coming towards you, clearly about to become more hostile the longer this goes on. What would you like to do first? That is 8.
He's thinking. You can hear it.
It appears to have disappeared.
He does seem to have disappeared.
Son of a gun.
He did say his internet was bad.
Who?
Maybe he's just thinking really hard.
There is a possibility. Aiden, if you are there, we can't hear you.
R.I.P.
Is he just gone?
Imagine if your initials was R.I.P.
Be right back in
Oh.
there.
Okay. I guess we will just do the turn order from there and come back to Aiden in a minute because we're doing that. And you never know how long they can take to come back online. So, Raphael first, what would you like to do?
I guess are we running?
Oh, that
Oh,
guy.
he's back
Oh,
immediately.
yeah.
Oh. Well, it is up to you how you guys want to deal with this situation. You can just pass a skill challenge and not you know there's transport outside ready for you, and it's up to you how you want to proceed. As soon as Aiden is there, we will go Alan first. If we're going to hear it.
Yep, I'm back.
Cool.
I just, you know.
Well, yeah. What would you like to do? I suppose since you guys haven't really worked out the plan, you can really set the precedent with your decision. It's your go first.
Well, what direction are we going in first?
Well, let me just put it. So it's down here near the slave. That's where Cindy and Sandy are ready with your transportation. There is a gate right here. That leads to the outside of town. It'll probably be guarded, but by this point, you guys will probably handle it. You could work out a ways in, but that's down to you guys working out creative ideas.
I mean, I guess a big question is, do we actually have the supplies to go on the run?
We could loot the bazaar on the way out. It's on the way.
That is a
Plus,
possibility.
isn't like
You can probably
everyone
just-
dead or fleeing at this point, so it's probably just going to be free for pickings.
I thought you were the religious type and you're talking about looting.
I'm talking about preparing for like a journey. This is not the same thing.
A religious person with double standards? Color me surprised.
So what are we doing?
I'm heading straight to the transport out there.
But it's Aiden first, isn't it?
It is Aiden first.
Aiden, go.
Well, I'm just gonna. You said there's a transport, didn't you?
There is transport outside of town by the slave market to the south.
Well, why don't we just go to the transport? I mean, who else is going to really need it except us?
Maybe clean.
I mean,
If
other
you
people
if
going-
you wouldn't like to use a skill, you can just move and defer your turn to someone else. That's fine.
yeah, I'll just be like, lead the way, and I'm just gonna wait for you guys to make a move.
Okay, Rabalan defers his turn. Raphael, would you like to do anything before we just all decide to follow Osmond instead?
That is a great question. Glad you asked it. I'll be honest, I can't remember our skill checks, but it's been a fucking while since I've done one.
Okay, so in a skill challenge, you pick any of your skills, like perception, persuasion, anything like that. You find a way to apply it to the situation you're in, and we have to get, in this case, 7 successes before we get 4 failures. And if we do that on the way out of the town, it will be a success, and you'll get the easier option on the way out. And if it's a failure, you won't get the easier option on the way out, and something else will happen.
Guess I'm gonna roll deception and try and make it so when it looks like we're just fleeing from the fire.
Okay.
That work?
That works. I mean, you're trying to convince the party to act deceitful so that they don't, so that you look less like the people who couldn't cause this stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, that is a pass. Do you have any ideas for any way you're disguising them, or is it part of your genie magic?
Just don't act suspicious. Don't act suspicious.
You sing your unsuspicious song, and everyone buys it.
I'll just be like screaming and running, I guess, so it looks like we're scared.
Cool, cool. Well, it's quite an act you put on, and some of the people nearby are convinced. You guys all move a little bit closer to where you're going. Arwen, it's your turn.
For now, I'm just going to follow the group because I have nothing of use to say apart from just following everyone while we get out of here.
Fair enough, fair enough. So I'm also no roll. You're not going to do a skill.
No, I'm just going to follow these guys for now. I don't need to roll anything, I don't think.
Okay, Osmond, you guys seem to be heading in the direction of the bazaar, but you're not all the way there yet. What would you like to do?
Hey, I'm just heading straight to the transport. Getting the fuck out of there.
Okay, you've probably got enough movement to get to the edge where the fire is. Are you going to make a check to get through, or to make it easier to get past, or are we just going to keep on moving slowly until we get there and ignore the skill challenge?
Keep bolting it.
Just keep bolting it. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I am going to say that if you are just bolting it through directly as fast as you can, make me a dexterity check to an acrobatics check just to get through the fire without harming yourself.
What, is that everyone?
Well, I'm just Osmond. It's his turn. We have to do some rolls.
Have to do some rolls.
We're doing a skill challenge. We can't just not do that the whole way out of the time.
Of course I can. Fantastic.
Okay, you find a path through the flames, but there's no way through without causing some harm to yourself. You take 5 fire damage on the way through, and there's 1 failure.
Okay.
Okay, Fulgens, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Osmond got to the edge of the flames. He's gotten through with some damage.
Cool, man. Is it still like nighttime, but we're all lit up with flames?
It's yeah. The sun has certainly set by this point. It's like 11 o'clock at night, something like that. Most of the light in town is from the flames that are surrounding you.
Sweet. So we're in dim light, and I can fly, right?
If you can fly,
I can fly in dim light. I can create it, but if there's dim light anyway, then there's no need for that.
yeah, there is dim light.
Sweet. Okay. I just carry me and the chick over the flames to where Osmond is, and I'm keeping an eye out. I was carrying the body of what's her face who was unconscious. Yeah.
Cool. If you're flying over whilst holding an extra body, roll me a strength athletics check to get over high enough to not have yourself in the flames.
Affirmative. There it is. Whip. Did it do it? Hello?
Okay, you fly upwards and directly through the flames, not able to quite clear the distance with the extra weight of the human being in your arms.
No.
You find yourself quite badly scorched, doing 6 fire damage to yourself. It does seem almost as though Marceline is caught in these flames as well. You certainly smell this from her, but then all the wounds on her skin seem to heal themselves quite quickly.
Phew. Nobody's going to notice. We might smell a bit smoky.
Flames, guys. But you have also successfully gotten out of the area of fire. So it's Fulgen's turn. Over to Van. I know that you're following, but so far the 2 paths you've seen through the flames both result in pain. Are you going to try the same path? Or are you going to try something for yourself? It's up to you. You there, Aiden? Aiden's
Oh.
not there.
Oh, sorry, I totally was in my own world there for a second. I am gonna pull out my viol and start playing it to basically get people to chill out.
You're going to try and persuade people to chill out.
Yeah, just while I kind of try to walk away from this fuckery.
Which people are you trying to chill out? The people that are running away from the fire, as in you five, or the dead people in the fire?
The 5 of us.
The five of you. Okay. Roll a persuasion check.
Why didn't I do that on?
You didn't mean to do advantage, but that was the first roll. So that is a success. What are you trying to persuade them to do? Just chill out.
Yeah, not panic and just like.
Okay,
Yeah.
the next person to make a roll has been chilled sufficiently to have advantage on their skill. But only 2 of you are through the flames.
Yeah,
So
I'm just
far,
kind of slowly walking towards them as well.
so far, 2 successes, 2 failures. You need 5 more successes without getting 3 more failures. Raphael, it's over to you.
Okay. So somebody's fouled on a check. Does that
Failing
mean
on a check
do
doesn't
that?
It's only the ones that are succeeded on that are harder from now on. So far it's what were the 2? It was persuasion and deception are the 2 that have passed. Those are the 2 that are harder.
I might roll perception or insight. Perception to try and find the best route out without being burned alive. Does that work?
Cool, roll it. Roll it. Oh no, I didn't say that the next person to roll because of that higher persuasion roll who'd want to chill out does get advantage. So you get advantage on that one. And that's a path.
Hey.
Yeah, so you see that there is a path if you follow the flow of water down this way, where the fire will cease to extend past the water you're in, and you'll be able to get onto land without walking directly through flames.
Awesome.
While the viol is playing sick background beats.
So we'll move you over that direction. Arwen, it's over to you. You guys are finally in the positives.
So what, do we need to pass through fire? Is that what I'm doing?
Look, right now you guys are trying to get to the edge of town, and passing through the fire seems to be the first obstacle.
Well,
You can follow the path that's been being run by Raphael. You've seen him run a way that isn't directly through fire. You don't have to roll a check for that again. You can roll for something else if you want to.
I mean, could I follow Raphael that route?
Hmm.
And then when I get to him, could I then look to see if there's another way to go that's the same sort of way that's good? I don't know, out of words.
You want to follow him and find a better way?
No, I want to follow him in the route he's on, see if that's definitely the best way.
Yeah, you can follow him. So you'll be up next to him. He's already rolled perception, but I suppose you could roll insight to test whether you can see something smarter. It looks like his plan's pretty good. You can't see any better way than avoiding the fire and running towards the exit. Unfortunately, should have saved some of those good rolls for now. Osmond, would you like to do? It's over to you. You've made it through the fire, and Fulgens has landed next to you, holding Marceline. You two are the two that are closest to the exit.
Just gonna do an athletics check to keep on blasting my way there.
Cool. Roll their athletics. Nice. You managed to clear, like, past the bazaar. You are far away from the flames now. You're just hearing them licking in the background. You know that you're close to the market. You see that there are guards by the door, but they seem to be staring towards the fire and looking like they're about to make a move in that direction anyway. Very, very uninterested in you running towards the gate. Okay, Fulgrim, it's over to you.
Woo. Do I need to roll some sort of observation check before I loot this bazaar?
You'd have to roll some sort of check for looting the bazaar successfully. We've already had successful perception, athletics, persuasion, deception. But anything else you can think of?
Can I do insight? What would be the most useful thing to take with us?
Yes, you can.
Or medicine. Is there any medicinal things here that we could use, take with us?
Well,
anything that
depending
maybe
which one
could
you
hit?
pick, there'll be a different result.
Yeah, I basically want something that can cure burn wounds, judging on the situation.
Okay, cool.
Whoop. Give it a minute. Oh, look at that.
Nice. Oh, okay, so as you're running through the bazaar and you pelt your way through, you're like running the whole way through the center of the thing. You see a small stall called Sanjay's Smells. And Sanjay's clearly packing up for the day. He's putting all of the stuff back into his bag. Just putting the shelves in one by one very gently. You see him put the last directly into the bag and turn around to take down the tent. As you're running past, you just grab it. Like, you've got this bag of an indeterminate amount of medicine just as you're running through the bazaar.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he turns around and so just screams after you, something that you don't quite understand. But then you're gone into the net, just away from the flames. Yeah, that's the end of your turn. We need 2 more successes before we get 2 more failures. It's over to Ravan. You are one of the many people left who has not seen any of the flames.
Okay, I didn't get a word you just said there, but I'm going to.
I was just saying, everyone else has at least found a path out of the flames. What would you like to do?
While playing the viol, I'm going to follow these two and just kind of play behind them.
Cool. So what you're playing us? You're playing a song again.
Yep.
Are you
But
trying
I'm
to
dancing
inspire in
out
some
the
way?
fire.
You trying to inspire in some way?
No, I'm literally just dancing out the fire. I'm doing it in the most flamboyant way possible.
So you're doing okay. Roll me a performance check.
Damn it! Why am I double rolling? What's going on?
I don't know. But unfortunately,
I'll see you later.
what was that?
I said I know what it is, but I'll show him later.
Oh, okay. Your anti-rain dance doesn't do an awful lot to put out the fire. It does splash a little bit of water up Cindy's. Up Raphael and Arwen's clothes. That's really all that you achieve in this. Unfortunately, that is a fail on that save, but you have at least found a route out. The 3 of you are heading in that direction. We need 2 more successes before we get 1 more failure. Gulp. You guys do move out of the flames, though. And then we go to Raphael.
Cool. I'm sorry, how many more successes?
We need 2 more successes.
Okay. What skills I have that will be useful? Oh, none of them. Um, have you had a successful acrobatics yet?
No, we have not.
I'm gonna do some acrobatics, try and leap over shit. You
Try
know,
and vault your
carefully.
way through the bazaar as quickly as possible.
Yeah, exactly. And look cool whilst.
Cool. Nice, nice.
Hey!
You run through like a parkour madman, just jumping through the gaps in every stall set up here, jumping over the top of them. You actually land right next to a Fulgens a couple of seconds after he's stolen that guy's case full of medicine, and the two of you run into the street next to Osmond. That's one more pass. Okay. The next one is what it all comes down to. I'm sorry that it's fallen on you, Arwen, but you are the person who gets the pass or fail role in this skill challenge. It's over to you. Hey?
I was sending Aiden a message.
Oh, okay. Cool.
What have I got to do to roll? What am I rolling?
It's a skill challenge. You've gotten out of the fire. You've just seen Raphael just bolt to the left through the bazaar, parkour style. You guys are one fail away from failing, one pass away from passing in this skill challenge, and it's your turn.
Okay. See if I've got anything that can help you. Is that an action though? You know, I might activate my blade song so I get advantage on fucking acrobatics checks.
Cool. That's smart because there's been a pass in that now, so it would be harder.
Okay, cool. Yep. So I activate my blade song, meaning I can move more as well.
Cool.
I can now move 40 feet, a little bit speedier. Bonus to Constitution saving throw. And oh, I'm distracted. Advantage on dexterity check. So I guess I will make an acrobatics check and try my best to move through everything. Right. 1. Yeah!
Oh my god.
Because the last roll of it, I'm just saying that quarter past he literally took the ball but followed you. And all of you guys are up right here by the city at the same time. Because of this, because you passed the challenge, you've managed to do this before the guards have gotten to loot and shit and stand back around and searching for you, and you guys get to leave the town. It's on fire. The Lord's dead. But hey, you've done your part.
I'd like to have done a 6 slide as I go past.
With a 21 acrobatics, you can do a 6 slide as you go past.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so as you guys run out of the town, you see Sydney just sort of sitting on a car, just quite relaxed, really understanding what the stress is. The tall walls cause the fire to disappear to be a glow in the distance. So Sandy is not visibly in front of you, and Cindy is on the car. What would you guys like to do?
Marceline was Cindy's fault, wasn't it?
Cindy and Sandy were both left in charge of her. You asked Cindy to be there, but Sandy was also responsible, but isn't visibly in front of you.
Then will be slapped once.
Okay.
Wait, hold up now. Who's getting slapped?
Yeah. Okay. So Cindy, like 2 sessions ago, your character was asked to look after Marceline at the end of the session, but you weren't going to be there the next week. And then you went off to procure transport and do the other half of your job, and kind of neglected looking after Marceline. And
These things happen.
Yeah, but she looks like shit right now. So Cindy gets slapped and other person gets slapped quite hard. I'm not very strong though.
Am I taking damage for this?
you say 1 emotional damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Emotional damage.
Yeah. You guys have got a cart set up. Cindy has it all ready. Sandy's off having a nap in the back because it is 11 o'clock at night. But the horses are all set up, ready to go, and there's a cart ready for you. Do you guys want to jump in and flee?
Yeah, Fulgens can ride horses. He can do this.
Yeah, I guess we're heading out, boys.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, judging from how the town is, it's probably best we abscond. Maybe.
Fulgens looks back over his shoulder and assesses whether it was or wasn't our fault, despite how dire the situation is.
Well, regardless, we're in the right because I'm aligned. Because I'm aligned with you, so that does not matter.
So you must be in the right. Well, yeah. And this is why I didn't start making maps for past this point in the session, because you're back on the world map and you can go wherever the fuck you want.
Oh my god.
Shitting hell, it's huge.
Okay.
Oh, we have a little you here.
Yeah, no, so you guys have gotten away from the town. The guards will inevitably be looking for people nearby soon, so it might not be wise to stay super close. But you have no idea what situation is going to be like in that town. So there's probably going to be some people who are very happy that the slave lord is dead, and some people that will be very upset about it. It's not going to unravel itself in one day or two. But where would you guys like to go? What would you guys like to do? Would you guys like to keep on heading north as you had been, and then we'll find somewhere else next session? Or do you guys want to start heading in towards the Orc territories, towards the centre? Or do you have any questions about the world around us past this point? Because
Sorry, I was going to say, I distinctly remember you something about the orcs not being very friendly.
Harvold said the Orcs were the great enemy, but Harvold is the person who just came to the town and tried to kill you all.
Yep. The most reliable of sources.
Yes. And right now, it's just you guys. It's just the party. Sandy is peacefully asleep in the back of the cart and didn't seem to be awoken by you guys getting up and starting moving. She wanted you to go and find some more temples in the desert, but she's not the person who's awake right now and probably doesn't have quite the same level of understanding of the scope of the issues ahead of us. So I'm up to you.
Wait, where have we been on this map?
So you guys started off just down here in the middle of this desert of Azanath, down here.
Yeah.
Then you went to Luxenor, find the first Harvold's request. Whilst you were there, so a couple of you had a vision about Harvold and about some of his other followers, and chose not to return the mirror. So you instead went north. You kept on feeling like you were being followed through the desert, and then eventually, you close to the next mirror, Harvold showed up. And his dragon form tried to claim the mirror. And that's the gist of what's happened so far in the report.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of that because it was echoey, but have we left Azanath yet?
Only to that little bit of the. Let me just move the "you are here" thing. You've only gone between Azanath and Icatan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what you guys have done so far. You were heading towards the city of Patan, but stopped off at the small town of Patana on the way. That's what's happened so far.
Okay, cool. So there's a hell of a lot we haven't explored yet.
Oh yeah, like a hell of a lot. The last 5 sessions are one small town that's not on this map.
Shall we go
Yeah, I had no idea
to
you existed at that
Catan?
time. I'm glad that you're here. But just to give me an idea, do you guys want to go after the temples? Or do you guys want to flee? Or do you guys want to go find the orcs? What do you guys want to do?
A good idea to just keep going to these temples.
I feel like I heard Pokey talk there, but so quiet now. Words.
I said it'd be a good idea to just go to the temples.
I'm in favour of
Mm.
temples. Yep, temple sounds good to me. Just tell me where to point these horses.
I sense no fault with either of these logics.
Yep.
So half of us
mean-
are temples and half of us are whatever.
Well, without our benefactor, it's not like we can do much now, so why not visit those temples?
Best we just go to the temples.
Okay, so you guys are going to go temple hunting. You're going to presumably take your sleep at some point here. Wait for the morning to talk to Sandy. Work out our plans then. I am really sorry. I thought the stuff that I had so many different kinds of different directions. I thought this would take a lot longer than it did. I had really don't have much further to go right now today. Now you know what you want to do. I can next time have a lot of stuff planned for that temple. I'm sorry, I don't have much more for today.
Hooray!
Happy with temples.
Awesome, awesome. So you guys have the silver mirror, you have the gold mirror. You seem to have defeated at least this one avatar of Marvel that's coming after you. You've worked out a little bit about how that door knob works, and we're going to go into the next session after then. I'm sorry, I haven't got more planned than that. I just really thought that we would do more things on the way through, and we didn't.
You thought we'd not just try to escape, is what you're saying.
Well, with so many times in the last like 2 or 3 sessions, I've assumed you would just immediately leave the town, and then you haven't. So I guess I stopped assuming you'd just leave the town.
I'll
But
see
not to me.
never. That is so
Just
dumb.
like to be unpredictable, Jeff. Just keep you on your toes.
Anyway, you can be.
I mean, just because you don't have anything planned doesn't mean there's not role play. For example, who the fuck's the new guy? We literally just met him in the middle of the fucking chaos, and now he's just with us.
I said circus clowns.
Yeah. Well, all you guys know about Ravalin is that he's shown up really recently. He plays his instrument pretty damn well, and he works for Sandy, the person that he's off with right now. That's all you've got.
Okay, well, I'm gonna wake her up. I'm gonna fucking kick
Who,
her.
who is this dude?
You wake her up to ask who he is. You go and ask him.
Yep.
Kick her in the ribs.
Kick her in the ribs. Oh, she coughs and wakes up, spluttering. She looks up at you and goes, what the hell was that for?
I left town.
That was the plan. I thought we were going to go in the morning. She yawns and stretches and looks up at you, realizing very quickly that you are looking quite threatening. She looks nervous, surrounded by these people. You know, you and the rest of the party. Ravalin is still sort of standing at the back. It's up to you if you want to react to that. And this is the person who hired you, and she's being kicked in the ribs by the people you were sent to find.
Ravalin is not really paying attention because he's just reading a letter.
Okay, cool.
Good to see where his loyalties lie.
Yeah. So Osmond, what do you do with her? She's looking up at you, scared. She's surrounded by a lot of people much larger than herself, and doesn't look very comfortable.
What's the next temple we're heading to?
Say that again.
What's the next temple we're heading to?
Well, it's just outside Catan. It's one of the largest temples that's left. I don't really understand why suddenly you're completely hostile to me.
One of the largest, you said.
Yeah, it's the most intact one left. Maybe there are ones that are bigger before, but yeah, just why did you kick me just now? Can you please explain that?
To wake you up.
Well, that seems logical, but I need to be the one paying you. And she goes to try and stand up.
We were just jumped by a dragon in the middle of a temple fire. I'm not really in the mood for, pleasantries.
Well, I'm not really the sort of person who has the power to summon dragons. If I did, I wouldn't be hiring people like you. A dragon
Yeah.
attack the town.
Yeah, something like that.
To be fair, Sandy, I think if this brute's wits as sharp as his sword, then well, I suppose I can't expect any more decorum. You can't really expect much decorum from him, can you now?
Yeah,
Nah.
that makes you a brute, Osmond.
Brilliant.
Meanwhile,
See,
Fulgens reaches into this bag of vials and without looking while riding the horse, just thumbs the cork out of one of them and chugs it.
Oh, fuck. 1 second. I need to look something up. This is why I'm not ready for shit that you guys do.
Wait, what are you looking up?
That's the reason
You'll
why
find
I'm
out in a
so
second.
excited.
Oh, okay.
We'll all find out it's a mystery. Fulgens has just taken a shot of a mystery potion without looking.
Okay, so you guys are outside of the cart now, right? You've got a little bit of a distance to put her out the back. You have that little chat outside the cart. As you chug this potion, you feel a little bit queasy for a second. And then after about 10 seconds, you're about to throw something up. And then you cough once and then a second time, and a glob of stone flies out of your mouth and lands on the floor. This small piece of stone starts to grow rapidly in front of you until it forms a shape identical to your own. An identical statue to you, inanimate, immobile, appears in the space right in front of you.
What the fuck?
Do we all see this?
What's that?
Yeah, it's hard to miss.
Yeah, honestly, I expected that kind of stupidity from him, pointing at Raphael. But you, I was genuinely actually like gaining some form of respect after the last like mishap over at the temple. Do you normally just drink fucking random drinks?
The statue chimes in. Yeah, Fulgens, you fucking idiot. Why would you drink a random potion in the middle of the street? What's wrong with you?
They
Oh,
did.
come now, you two. Look, he's made a friend.
We are not friends, says the statue.
Wow, what? We're not?
I'm sorry, this is what it says it does.
What?
All
Where
right.
did you get these?
Fulgens cracks the reins on the horses, and we attempt to leave the statue behind.
I'll get you. This isn't the last you've seen of me, says the statue.
Fuck that guy. Is his name Sneegolf as Fulgens backwards?
Oh,
Please.
fucking hell. Okay,
Sneegolf.
yes, you now have 15 charges left on the bag of random potions.
All right.
Oh my god.
Fulgens yells, "Fuck you, Sneefgol!" as we depart.
Fuck you, Fulgens! well, that happened.
Is Sneegolf like the big bad now? Like,
He's
Really
just
gonna
my
let
evil
people-
half twin / alter ego.
You really just gonna leave
It's up to you if you leave it.
your likeness.
This statue, does this know anything about us?
You could investigate that further.
Hey, statue.
Hey, blue guy.
You know who we are?
I know who that prick is.
What do you know about him?
Oh, he's called Fulgens. He's an idiot. You know, the usual, the general stuff.
Yeah, that's common knowledge.
Yeah. I am 15 minutes old.
While the stupid shit is going down, can I try and see if I can think of anything that I know would cause this, like what potion it would be?
Yeah, you can.
Arcana?
Absolutely.
Well, I just stare at the situation intently.
I'm on the wrong page. There we go. You recognise that this is not something caused by a simple spell. This is a series of alchemical components put together to create a strange combination of effects. There's you can see that the potions inside this bag are all different, and you can see that none of them are, for example, a healing potion. They're all esoteric.
Why would you carry something with such uncertainty?
The statue with us.
Can we not?
Statue, are you with or against us?
Well, right now I'm with you.
How do you
I'm
feel about this guy? And she's going to point to the, Fulgen, isn't it? Who it came
Oh,
from.
against, very against.
What
Is it?
about the rest of us?
Oh, I'm fairly indifferent. I'm, loosely hostile. But what can I do with a statue?
Hmm.
Can you do anything but talk?
What was that?
Can you do anything but talk?
Oh no, he's a completely inanimate statue.
I must say, I'm with the blue gentleman on this one. You would be interesting company, I think.
Okay.
What are your
So I'm a.
intentions?
Do you guys pick up the inanimate Fulgen statue that hates Fulgens and bring it with you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Why
put it
wouldn't
on the wagon because that shit's hilarious.
he?
Oh, cool.
So it's ours.
Nice.
Cool. Has anyone got any
It
like,
alternates
spare cloak or
between
something?
just asking. It alternates between asking normal questions like "Where are we going?" and saying things like "Fuck Fulgens," just every 5 minutes.
Cool. Yeah, Vinny. Raphael's going to dress it up to look cool. And it's going to refer to the statue only as Cool Fulgens.
It appreciates that, and it starts to refer to you as Blue Man rather than Blue Dude, as a sign of respect.
Can I roll to appraise Raphael's fashion for what he's given the statue?
Okay, well, you've dressed up the statue, and you've stopped interrogating Sandy. Was that the intention, or was that going to continue as well?
What's the roll to
I'm still
appraise the
very much
statue?
talking to Sandy. I know these shenanigans.
They've all gotten distracted. Osmond is still on point there.
Oh, cool. So, Osmond, whilst all this bullshit's happening, what are you doing?
I want to know where the hell she found that guy.
Well, I'm just heading around town. It's quite often you find people who you think might end up being slaves if you leave them alone, but they're capable enough to be good employees, and he was one of them.
There wasn't anything in particular about him that you decided as to why you wanted him to help us.
What to help you? He was the strongest person I had on my team. The rest were all slaves, and I thought he was the best choice. I tend not to trust the people that you don't pay to do things. They don't care so much. He believes.
I'm doing an insight on that shit. Fuck.
Yeah, she seems to believe what she's saying. It doesn't look like she's put any connection between Ravalin and the rest of the group. You've not told her about your tattoos.
I mean, Raphael's are just kind of on display, partially.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But unless all of you have shown them off, she might just think you guys are in a club or something. Like you guys haven't gone into depth with her about that conversation.
Osmond most definitely does not show his off.
Yeah, exactly. She might think that you're the odd one out as opposed to Ravalin here because he's got the same tattoo, even because I'm sure you were hiding yours.
Right.
It doesn't seem that she's saying anything about him.
What do you know about these mirrors?
Well, I know they're valuable. I know there's one in the museum in Mavanos, and I know that there's meant to be 7 of them. You know,
What
there's a
does
lot of
the-
myths.
What does tell me the myths. Tell me what the museum says about them.
Where is this museum?
It's in Mavanos to the north. It's the largest human settlement in Italy. It's an important place, but the museum there has what they call the Obsidian Mirror. They say people shouldn't look into it because you can get lost in the darkness, but it's all just a myth. It's not
There's
real.
one
They're
there.
just valuable.
Where did they get this?
No, hold the fucking phone.
What are you
There's a
looking at?
fucking mirror to the north.
There's one in Mavanos.
Which direction is the temple we're heading to?
Well, we want to go to the temple. Okay, so she pulls out the map. You looking at the map, guys?
Yeah, I'm looking at the map.
So the temple we're heading to is right here, and the museum is right up here.
So
Okay,
Oh,
so it's
we-
on route.
sort these temples out, then we can go take that as well.
Right. Okay.
And you guys to help me go to the temples, but not
I'm-
to raid the museum.
I don't care what you think is myth and what's not myth. Tell me exactly what is said about these 7 mirrors.
Well, okay, but these are meant to be children's stories. Each of the mirrors reflects a different aspect of the world, and if you have enough of them together, you can influence the thing that it reflects, both in the reflection and in reality. If you have all 7 of them, you should theoretically be able to change anything you want. Like I say, it's just a story.
Hmm.
And what the mirrors we have? I'm asking this not in character.
We have a gold and a silver one, if I remember right.
What do you know about the gold and the silver mirrors?
So potential futures. One shows good and one shows bad. No one's really sure which one's which, but
I feel like
those are the.
test that theory.
Yeah, I was about to say, who's looked into those reflections?
Well, give me 1 second, and I will look in one and then the other, and then I can tell you. I've looked in one of them before. I think I've looked in the gold one before.
Which one did-
The gold one-
yeah,
the
what
gold
was
one's
the
on
other
your-
one looking in the gold one?
Don't know. She's going to look in the gold one again.
You look into the golden mirror and you see yourself old and wizened and seemingly in quite a lot of pain. In the background, the city is burning.
Okay, this one sucks. She looks in the other one.
Okay, you appear to be young and full of life and smiling, but the city behind you is burning.
Hmm.
You know, in each of these, the city is burning. Would someone else like to try?
Yep, let me have a go.
She basically just spins them in her hands and holds them up so he can just, look in either if he moves.
Okay, so for you, the reflection behind you has nothing burning in the background. But they show the exact same face in both, your face with your expression. But in the silver mirror, you see a large figure standing behind you, looming over you. You can't really make out any features of it, but you feel like it's your dad.
Hmm.
And in the golden mirror?
The golden mirror shows no figure behind you. And when you smile in real life, the smile doesn't transfer over to the mirror.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. This one's unhappy. This one's got my dad in it.
I mean,
Hmm.
could your dad being there give negative or positive emotion?
I mean, yes.
Issues, I see.
Yes.
For some purposes, the mirrors we have are fucking useless.
What if let me test a thing. Once someone hold up the mirror behind me, and I'll look in one and see what the reflection reflects.
Hmm.
Cool.
Okay, I want to see how this goes.
I hand the silver mirror to what's your character called, Aiden?
Rivalan.
Rivalan. So Rivalan gets the silver one and Arwen holds the gold one.
There's them on either side of Raphael's head.
Yep. So he can
Okay.
track the reflection.
Which one do you look into?
Which was the one with my dad?
The silver mirror.
I'm gonna look into the silver, but then look at the reflection of the gold in the silver.
When you look into the silver mirror, you see the same thing you were seeing before. Yourself, maybe slightly happier than usual, with your father in the background. Now he's patting you on the shoulder. But the golden mirror is not in the reflection of the silver mirror, no matter where you position it.
Hmm.
You can't see it.
Question: has
Yes?
anyone not looked at any of the weird stuff we've encountered yet?
What makes no sense about this is you just said that these mirrors are meant to influence the reflections, whereas what they're doing is showing us two versions of fate, which I've already rejected that idea after that fucking bastard from the start said that he knew everything we were going to do and that we were going to do this in the first place. So they're
Confused at what's happening in front of her. She looks up at them and says, "Look, I'm not saying I believe in those mirrors, but this isn't how it works. You'd only be able to influence the future if you had all seven."
Hmm.
Question for anyone that has looked in these wonderful mirrors. What do you remember about your life?
My life from before this,
Yeah.
everything.
Osmond, what about you?
Fair not to say.
It's an experiment. Please humor me. You can either say you remember everything or you only remember up to a certain point.
I remember things.
You remember things. How many things?
3.
Please, I need exact answers. I'm experimenting. Anyone else who Fulgrim, do you remember your whole life?
Tell you what I fucking remember. I fucking remember when I was a kid, I used to have nightmares about a talking statue who looked exactly like fucking me called Sneegolf. It was my name backwards. And now he's fucking real.
See that I will get nothing from you, Cindy?
I don't remember very much at all. I just remember I used to be like a massive bitch. And then it's all a blur.
But you remember. What about our new friend, Ravalin? Do you remember your life fondly?
Hmm. Interesting question.
Or were you simply born a few months ago?
I mean, I was born immaculate, and that's not changed. So I suppose that's the extent of what I remember, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, would you like to look in these mirrors?
Not particularly. I will simply see what I want to.
He's talking, she's just going to hold the gold one up into his face.
Okay, Ravalin, you look into the golden mirror, and all you see is all-consuming fire. You don't see your own face. You don't see the background of the sky. In the golden mirror, you see all-consuming flames.
Hmm. Must have been an amazing performance then, because all I see is fire. How befitting. Thank you for proving my point. I don't believe I've got your name.
I would have said. Sorry. My name is Marvin, and can I have the other mirror back, please?
Oh, well, yes.
I'm really attached to these. They're very shiny.
In these kids' stories, is there anything on how these mirrors can be destroyed?
Well, in the stories, they can't be, but I'm sure they're just stories. Like, those things are pretty cool tricks you have there, but they can't be the mirrors.
Why would you want to destroy something so fun?
When I was a kid, if we wanted to destroy anything, we just threw it in lava so we could give that a shot.
No, I like these things.
Yeah, well, lava's
Why were
cool
you
as well.
around lava as a child?
That is a very good point.
I don't think we should ask him any questions, if I'm being honest.
Well, you could always ask Sneegolf, I guess.
Yeah, fuck Fulgans, says some Sneegolf from the back of the car.
You know what? I mistrust you, Blue Man.
Given your nature to refuse to divulge any information, I find it very hard to work with you right now.
Just to be clear, Tim, I'm not going to give you any clue as to what the magic item you have is, but there are 15 more charges and 10 potential options for things that can happen when you consume a potion.
Cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on any others. This is enough bullshit for one day.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I just thought I should throw that out to you so you can put that on your sheet if you want to.
Cool, man. Yeah, thanks.
Oh dear.
Deep one will summon Donovan.
Other than the one at the museum, any other ideas as to where the rest of these mirrors are?
Well, they should be in temples all over the place. Like I say, we're collecting the mirrors that are meant to be the famous artifacts, but I've always thought of them as more symbolic. But apparently, the Orcs already have 2 of these things. Are you sure they're real? She keeps on like looking at the mirrors as they being passed back and forth between you, and you're describing different reflections. She doesn't. She doesn't. She looks very confused, like someone opens Pandora's box in front of her.
Honestly, I feel like a little ignorance is good in this situation. I'd like to hear more of your perspective if we go to these temples without, all the convolution. If that's okay?
What happened to the 2 prisoner guys that we took out of the...
They died.
Died? Fuck.
Yeah, after you took them out, they seem to age rapidly compared to usual. And eventually you left them in a burning building.
Oops.
Yeah, it happens.
Gotta take the rough with the smooth.
But yeah, do you guys have any further questions for Sandy, or any further planning that you want to do before we jump off?
I do not, and I do actually need to fuck off.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Josh, I've just texted you though.
I know. I've seen the message. I'll reply to it in a second.
Cool. Also, actually, I do have a very important question about that art I just said of Raphael. Is that all blue?
Is that all blue?
No, it's purple.
Which bit?
1 second.
It's
His entire
purple.
face is purple.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, well, don't use that then.
Big Roof Town.
He's pretty blue.
I am colorblind.
Yeah.
It still looks
It's
cool.
okay. You're still my friend, even if you're colorblind.
Thanks, Nate. Appreciate it.
The hair's dark
You're
blue,
welcome.
but the face is definitely purple.
Hmm.
Damn. What about the eyes?
Got blue scleras with purple eyes. He's got blue lips as well.
Mm.
I'm getting a new piece commissioned of Osmond, but it's only at the sketch phase right now.
I need to redesign our one because the picture I've got of her is actually really old. I don't like it anymore.
You've had quite a few different pictures for Arwen in this campaign.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I like any of them.
This one's significantly less booby.
The thing is, because I became infatuated with my changeling instead because she brings dumb bimbo energy, and I'm into that. Every time
Yeah.
I get to talk like this.
Man, I'm so glad the statue isn't a dumb bimbo. That would be even more fucking annoying.
That would have
Imagine
been,
if he was
wouldn't
a
it?
dumb bimbo who also doesn't like you.
Oh man.
That's the worst sort of bimbo. That's like fucking war.
Oh boy.
Oh, and I've got to say, that was by far not the worst option for potions.
Hmm. Yeah, we've got the absolute legend known as Sneagolf now. Sneagolf.
Yeah,
Is it-
yeah. Maybe you'll
is
find a
there-
way to animate it and bring it to life in the future.
I'm like equal parts overjoyed and disappointed that this is how it turned out.
Then you've got a statue daddy, but it hates you.
I was like 800% sure that he was pretending, and when I touched the statue, he was just going to incinerate me on the spot. And I would have also been okay with it.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. If you guys had come out right at the start, you would have died. I'm glad that didn't happen.
That would have been a rocky situation.
It would have been.
Cindy's just waiting outside, waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yeah,
They're all just
I wasn't
dead.
sure how long anything was going to take during that session. It was very hard to pace for.
Guys, you're right in there. And everyone's just like burn.
Next time, though, we'll all be together, at least as a party. And and if anyone gets left behind, they'll be left behind at the cart, which will be within a session's distance of the party.
With Sneegolf.
This is
With
it. It's-
Sneegolf.
We've beat the tutorial, now we can explore the open world.
It's true.
Elden Ring's
Ah.
looking mighty open.
We can get all 7 mirrors and challenge the Elite Four.
That's the way.
Shit, is it going to be that absolute nerd Monty?
I am. I hope you guys have a with this as I've had writing it as we go forwards.
Yeah.
Sweet, Josh, use that as my new token.
I shall. I shall change all the tokens tomorrow because I've got tomorrow off as well.
Wee.
Well, I don't, but I'm calling in sick because fuck my job.
Wee.
Nice.
Don't you like live on site?
Well, I did 75 hours last week, so so I can pretend to be sick for a day.
Shit.
Yeah, fuck that.
But yes, I do. It's a
Just-
pain.
You just have to hide in your room the whole time, I guess.
Yeah. You know, good call, Chris, on us sticking around a bit longer, because we wouldn't have got Statue Boy.
And also the important information.
Get you boy.
Yeah, sometimes it's good just to force RP.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been fucking. Oh man, can you imagine if we didn't do that?
Rather than it being, here's the bits I've planned out. Sometimes you just need to. That's like my go-to burn time as a DM for a session is force some kind of role play, which is also a double-edged sword because sometimes the role play ends up consuming the entire fucking session, and other times the role play just instantly dies, and you're like, oh, I was expecting you guys to have fun being your characters for a little bit longer than that.
Yeah. No, that's I've had both ends of that before.
Yeah. Thankfully, we're all pretty good at playing our character. And not just,
Yeah. I'm glad of that.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
can't imagine coming into D&D and not wanting to RP.
it does confuse me.
Yeah.
But
It's different for different folks.
I have just realised one problem though. Next session, I've got 2 NPCs in the party at the same time, and I'm certain you'll make me talk as both of them in the same conversation.
Obviously.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
At the beginning, Fulgens might stuff a sock in Sneegolf's mouth or stick a bag over his head so he can just be irrelevant. Like, here, hold my cloak, and just walk away. Like,
You think you've gotten me, eh? One of these days, I'll be out a walk. I will be a real boy, and then I'll get you.
bloody
Animate
Sneegolf.
it some way at some point, and it would be funny. Isn't that right, Herb? We'll figure it out. Can I tickle you with this feather? What a good baby.
It's so weird to have your childhood nightmare come alive.
I don't know. I'd like to see it. I think it would be funny.
I'm sorry for accidentally recreating your childhood nightmare. But but you did chug a potion without reading it first.
True.
I would do. No, in fact, they would do that. Alm would do that. She knows better. Are we cleaning the feather? Oh yeah.
Falcons wouldn't do it normally, but you know, it'd been a long day. Just
Yeah.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
You had no idea what was going to happen. You needed me to roll something.
It was like coin flip. It could have been refreshing and benign, but it wasn't.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. There are some fantastic options in there. You got a middling one.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean middling. We now have like a rock friend forever.
Yeah, yeah. Got a friend for life.
He's
Well,
really solid.
we've got a friend until I smack his head off with the warhammer I've got, but that may not even stop this. So
Yeah, I'm just picturing you just having to carry the head around afterwards.
just constantly complaining that he's now only a head.
Yeah, yeah. You know what they say? You should quit while you're ahead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that's crippled my life force, so I'm going to head off now, I think.
See you later, Aiden.
See you.
Thanks, guys. It's really fun.
Yeah, thanks for playing.
Bye.
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 See you later. I'm gonna head off too, guys. Thank
Okay.
Cool,
you.
cool.
Bye.
Speak to you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye bye.
I just sent to Vercom.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what campaign are you playing? I'm like, oh, well, the one where I ended slavery. And he's like, press X out. And I'm like, hey, if you take out the slave masters by freeing his slaves, the slaves will most of the time kill the masters because the masters have mistreated them. So technically, I haven't actually committed any crimes. And he said, that's doubtful.
Hadn't committed any crimes so far.
I don't control the free will of the people yet.
No, no. Are you going to come back and do that over the ashes of the burnt down town? Why can I just imagine you going back to Botana next session and never leaving?
Sounds like us. Need a base of operations.
And the fact you've got a portable one that you can put anywhere you want. Ah, fuck that. Botana.
No, I need more mirrors, mate.
Fair enough.
I want to control the people. Sounds fucking dope.
Penis.
I almost wish you'd chugged more potions now.
I wonder if I've sold anything in Final Fantasy because I'm poor. And I need money.
Which one you playing?
Final Fantasy 14 online.
Ah, fair. I've been replaying 10 again recently.
Yeah,
What,
I
the
finished
HD
story-
one or the normal one?
Sorry.
So what was that?
Did they do a HD remake of 10?
Yeah, yeah. I'm on the HD one.
Yeah.
Because on the PC, you can just give yourself all the spheres and stuff.
I don't know
And
what
that
that
makes
means.
the game so much less painful.
Okay.
You know, I'll do the sphere grid once, thank you.
Yeah, I just like it because today I unlocked a bikini.
For the
Yeah.
boys, aren't they all boys?
What?
No, that's 15.
Oh, is that 15? Okay.
Yeah.
See if I can get you a picture of my dragon girl real quick because she's cute. And not some of the weird shit I've seen recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bet.
Weird place online. So I'll get a picture of the bikini. I just got 1 minute.
Bobs and Virgin. Oh, Sneegolf. Didn't even remember him until he came alive, and I was like, fuck!
Is that really a thing that happened in your childhood?
He is now.
Okay.
Just kind of improvised,
Okay.
but
It's a character thing in your childhood. Cool, cool. I thought for a horrible second that you had a sleep paralysis demon statue.
I'm just kind of projecting. I'm sure it comes. There's an element of truth to it from my actual self, but I'm not a psychologist. I do need a therapist, but I haven't got one.
Who's got time for that, I suppose? Yeah. I'm getting messages from Toby left, right, and centre.
Come on, Faye.
Huh?
Show us the booba.
1 second.
You've gotten Tim ready.
I don't have a lot of booba because of a race.
I'm just like ready to be disappointed. I don't want it to be over.
She's cute.
Da 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 da.
She's very sweet.
Are you sure?
Yeah, she's a dragon girl.
Does she have like fire breath and shit due to being Dragon Girl?
No.
What does she have?
Cuteness.
Final
Cuteness.
Fantasy logic.
20 outfits. Also, there's a character I fucking love in this game, right? He's one of the main villains, and I'm in love with him. But I'm going to show you guys the height difference between my character and his character in a picture. Right, are you ready for this?
Sure.
Fucking look at the size of him!
Dimitrescu vibes.
I love him. He came to the end of the universe just to fight me.
Has he got a switch axe on his back? What is that?
It's a Reaper weapon, it's a scythe.
Oh,
talking
foldable
of
scythe.
Switch Axe, you see the fucking update that dropped today?
I saw the thing yesterday explaining what was coming in the update.
Yeah, and the update comes out today.
Okay. What are you specifically talking about?
Monster.
Yeah. But what?
Yeah. So we got gold Raytheon, no gold Garaplos, silver Raytheon,
Lucent,
the-
Naga Cougar, and some
and the
other
new
thing.
Basil Goose.
Oh, yeah.
And then we've got a new fucking like rank up system where you just each time you fight the monster, it gets increasingly more difficult.
Yeah, I'm still only like Master Rank 3, so I've not even finished the Sunbreak yet. So
We're on. We've not gotten to that point yet. We are at Master Rank 9, I think it is. Basically, we're like near the ending. We're like about 3 more hunts from the end of Sunbreak. But one of our hunters who we were hunting with had to go on a work trip for like 2 weeks, so we had to take a 2-week break.
nice.
Still, they're going to be doing weekly event quests. Pretty fucking cool. Not too sure about the whole DLC skin to make you look exactly like an NPC, but I'm sure there's a market for it out there.
Oh, best thing yesterday, I got to Master Rank 3, and now I can finally go on hunts with Rondine the Trader, like my OG waifu from this game. Fucking Rondine. I'm just like, wow, I could just stop playing now. I've literally achieved everything I wanted to achieve in this game.
Rondine %.
Rondine %.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't want Lady Applejack.
What?
One of the people I've hired to sell stuff for me on the market in Final Fantasy are called Lady Applejack.
Oh, I thought it was a brony pony. What's that thing called?
No,
MLP.
it's a Stranger Things reference.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Cool, man.
So pumped for next season of Stranger Things.
Oh